My beloved child, come near and listen closely, for a divine stirring has begun within you, one that you may not fully understand yet but can undoubtedly feel. There has been a trembling in your spirit, a quiet shift beneath the weight of your daily battles, a whisper that will not leave you alone. You have felt it in moments when you paused and wondered why your heart seemed to tighten with anticipation, why your thoughts drifted toward change, why you sensed something bigger moving around you. That sensation is not your imagination. It is the sound of heaven preparing to shift everything in your favor. My precious one, you have endured so much more than you speak of. You have walked long roads that felt lonely, seasons that felt endless, burdens that felt too heavy to carry another day. You have survived moments where you questioned whether things would ever turn, whether hope would visit your life again, whether the dreams you once held close were slipping out of reach. Yet even in those moments when you felt forgotten, I was working. Even in the silence, I was speaking. Even in the stillness, I was arranging every piece for the transformation that is now unfolding. This season, this very moment you are living in right now, is not ordinary. It is not random. It is not accidental. You are standing at the doorway of a shift you have prayed for, cried for, waited for, and sometimes doubted would ever arrive. But hear me clearly. What I am ushering into your life now will not look like your past. The heaviness that once clung to you is losing its grip. The resistance that once stood in your way is breaking. The delays that once frustrated your spirit are dissolving. For this is the season where everything shifts in your favor. My child, I want you to understand the depth of what is happening. A shift does not begin outside of you. It begins within you. The restlessness you have felt is the first sign. The sudden desire to change direction, to release old patterns, to step into something new. Those are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are evidence that your old season has ended, even if your eyes have not yet seen the full reflection of the new one. I have been preparing you quietly, carefully, purposefully. Every unanswered question, every stretched moment of waiting, every detour that made you wonder why the path seemed so unclear, none of it was a mistake. You were being shaped for the blessing that requires strength, wisdom, and endurance. You were being formed so you could carry the weight of favor without breaking under it. This shift will not pass you by. It was designed for you. It carries your name, your purpose, your restoration, your breakthrough. You are not late. You are right on time for what I have planned. And, my child, I want you to hear this with a heart that is open and ready to truly step into this new season. It is important that you receive every word I will speak through this message. Do not rush. Do not skip past this moment. What I reveal next will help you understand why the battles were so intense, why the nights felt so long, and why your spirit suddenly feels the pull of something greater. You have entered a divine unfolding, a holy turning, a moment in heaven's timing where the weight shifts, the wind changes direction, and favor begins to move toward you with power. Stay with this message, my beloved child, not out of fear, but because there is more I desire to reveal, more clarity, more comfort, more truth that will help you recognize the shift already surrounding you. You are being positioned for what your heart has been prepared to receive. Your season is changing, and everything is shifting in your favor. My beloved child, as you continue to walk with me through this message, I want to take you back to the seasons you thought were working against you. Those quiet years, those hidden moments, those stretches of time where you felt as though nothing was moving, nothing was changing, and nothing was responding to your prayers. You assumed those seasons meant I was distant from you, or that your life had somehow fallen out of step with purpose. But hear me now, with clarity that settles deep into your soul. Not a single silent year of your life was wasted. Every moment was woven into a divine timing that is now unfolding around you. I know how hard it was to endure days where it felt like the world kept moving but you remained still. You saw others step into blessings, opportunities, relationships, breakthroughs, while you remained in a place that felt suspended. You wondered if I overlooked you, if something in your life had disqualified you, or if the dreams I planted in your heart were fading with time. Yet all along, my precious one, I was building foundations that you could not see. Just as a seed rests in darkness before it breaks through the soil, you too were undergoing a quiet transformation. The darkness was not punishment, it was preparation. It was the sacred place where your roots grew deeper, where your faith stretched, where your character strengthened, where the things that once weakened you could no longer hold power over you. The seed does not question the soil. It simply trusts that the darkness is necessary for what it is becoming. And you, my beloved child, were becoming far more than you realized. Every time you wondered why certain doors remained closed, I was protecting you from what your heart was not yet ready to hold. Every delay was a routing. Every unanswered prayer was a redirection towards something greater than what you asked for. Every quiet season was a time where I was working behind the scenes, arranging people, opportunities, and moments that would align perfectly with the destiny I wrote for you. You see, my timing is not slow. It is strategic. When I withhold, I am not denying you. I am shaping the conditions so that when I release what belongs to you, it will not slip away. You asked for blessings, but blessings require preparation. You asked for breakthrough, but breakthrough requires strength. You asked for change, but change requires a heart that is ready to steward it. My child, those silent years were never a sign of absence. They were a sign of intention. Just as the night is part of the cycle that brings the morning, your quiet seasons were part of the cycle that has now brought you to this shift. Nothing in your story has been wasted, not even the parts you wish you could erase. The pain carved depth within you. The disappointment carved compassion. The waiting carved wisdom. All of it was shaping you so that when your season of favor arrived, you would recognize it, embrace it, and rise within it. I know there were moments when you felt stuck, moments when you felt forgotten, moments when you could not understand why things were not unfolding as quickly as you hoped. But if I had moved you too soon, the blessing would have overwhelmed you. If I had accelerated your life before maturity took root, the weight of what you prayed for could have crushed you. What looked like stagnation was actually divine timing aligning perfectly with my purpose for you. Understand this truth deeply. Heaven does not operate on human schedules. I am never late. I am never early. I am precise. There is a timing for every breakthrough, a moment for every blessing, a season for every shift. And now, my child, the timing you once questioned is becoming the doorway you are walking through. The years you thought were silent were the years I was building the structure of your new season. You thought nothing was happening, but everything was happening. You thought you were waiting on me, but I was preparing everything for you. You thought time was slipping away, but time was working for you. And now, as you stand on the edge of what I am releasing, I want you to look back with new eyes. Not with regret, not with frustration, but with understanding. Because the very seasons that humbled you are the ones that strengthened you. The very seasons that tested you are the ones that prepared you. And the very seasons that felt silent are the ones that set the stage for the shift now moving in your favor. Walk with me, beloved child, for there is more I will reveal as you continue. My beloved child, as you continue to walk with me on this sacred journey, I want you to begin recognizing the signs of the shift that is already unfolding around you. For many seasons you prayed for change, yet nothing seemed to move. But now, Without warning, you have begun to feel the subtle tremors of transformation. These are not coincidences. These are not random moments. These are divine indicators that heaven has begun to break open on your behalf. You have noticed a renewed strength rising in you, even when you cannot explain where it came from. You have endured long battles that should have drained you completely, yet somehow you found yourself standing, still fighting, still hoping, still believing. That strength is not your own. It is the first sign of my hand lifting you into your new season. When I begin shifting the atmosphere around my children, the first thing I restore is their spirit. I breathe into what felt weary. I reignite what felt dim. I stir what felt numb. That stirring inside you is proof that your season has already begun to turn. Perhaps you've also sensed a strange clarity in areas that once felt confusing. Decisions that once felt impossible now seem obvious. Things you once tolerated no longer feel acceptable. People who drained your energy seem to fade from your path, and new people begin appearing with purpose attached to them. That clarity is not random. It is me removing the fog from your vision so you can see the road I prepared for you. My precious child, there are also moments where doors you did not even knock on begin to open. Someone reaches out unexpectedly. An opportunity appears without warning. A burden suddenly lifts. A path you once thought was closed forever begins to show signs of life. These are not strokes of luck. They are divine movements. They are signals that I am shifting circumstances in ways your hands could never have accomplished. You may even notice that certain battles are becoming easier. What once overwhelmed you now barely shakes you. The fears that held you back no longer have the same power. The wounds that once controlled your emotions begin to heal without you forcing the process. This is because when I shift your season, I first shift what happens inside you. Your strength rises. Your discernment sharpens. Your peace deepens. Your confidence in me becomes unshakable. But, my child, I need you to hear something very important now. Listen with your spirit, not just your ears. Stay with me, for what comes next is the key you have been praying for. What I will reveal in this message is not just encouragement. It is revelation, alignment, preparation. This is your moment of understanding why so much suddenly feels different. If you turn away too soon, you risk missing the clarity that will guide you into the fullness of this new season. You are closer to breakthrough than you have ever been, and the next words I speak carry the insight needed to navigate what is unfolding. And if these words have brought peace to your spirit, bless this message with a like. Share it with 3 souls who need the assurance that a divine shift is possible. And if you desire more moments like this, more comfort, more clarity, more guidance, subscribe so you can walk with me through every message meant to nurture your soul. Your journey is not just personal. It is part of the light I am spreading into the world. Now listen closely, beloved one. A shift in your favor does not always announce itself with fanfare. Sometimes it arrives quietly, like the first breeze before a storm of blessings breaks open. It appears in your thoughts, in your desires, in your sudden urge to let go of what once held you down. It shows up in opportunities that come without explanation. It appears when frustration turns into determination. It appears when weariness turns into hope. These are the signs that heaven is moving. Then come the moments where I begin to accelerate what once felt slow. A delay suddenly resolves. A heart that once resisted you now receives you. A need is met unexpectedly. A path that once blocked you becomes the very road that leads to breakthrough. This is how divine favor works, quietly and then suddenly, gradually and then overwhelmingly. My child, these signs are all around you now. They are not hints, they are confirmations. They are the unfolding of promises spoken over your life long ago. They are the markers that you are stepping out of the old season and into the new one I prepared specifically for you. Walk with me deeper into this message, for I will show you what forces are helping you, what battles have already been won for you, and what blessings are being aligned ahead of you. The shift is real, my beloved child, and it has already begun. My beloved child, as you begin to recognize these signs of divine shifting, I am also calling you to become a vessel through which this movement flows to others. What you are receiving is not meant to remain with you alone. It is living water meant to reach thirsty souls. When you give, you are not losing. You are sowing seeds into fertile ground that I myself have prepared. As it is written, I say to you now, give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is your moment to partner with me in spreading light where darkness has lingered too long. Every act of generosity becomes oil in the lamp of this mission, ensuring that my word continues to burn brightly across nations and hearts. When you release through super thanks, when you step into membership, or when you sow through PayPal, yes, the link I have placed in the description, you are answering a divine invitation. I see not the amount, but the obedience of your heart, and I breathe increase upon it. What you place in my hands, I multiply beyond your understanding. Feel this stirring within you. That is not emotion. It is my spirit prompting you. Do not delay, for this is a divine appointment aligned with your season of favor. As you give, I will open doors you did not knock on, and I will pour provision into places that once felt empty. This is how your shift expands, through obedience, through faith, through action. So act now, my child. Sow into this work. Support this mission. Step into alignment with what I am doing, and watch how I move in your life. My beloved child, as you continue listening to my voice, I want to open your eyes to a truth that has been surrounding you long before you ever sensed the shift in your life. You have never walked alone. Not for one moment, not in one season, not in one battle. Even in the times when you felt abandoned, when the weight on your shoulders felt unbearable, when fear pressed against your chest and loneliness whispered lies into your thoughts, you were never without help. I assigned angels to walk with you, to guard you, to strengthen you, and to stand watch over every step you took. I know there were moments when you questioned why the attacks against you felt so intense, why certain situations seemed designed to break you, why the storms around you rose so quickly. But hear me, child of light. The reason the storms formed against you was because hell knew you were not walking alone. The resistance you faced was not evidence of weakness. It was evidence of the divine protection surrounding you. If you could see what has been fighting for you in the spiritual realm, you would never again doubt whether you are supported, covered, or defended. There were nights when you cried yourself to sleep, unaware that angels stood guard beside you. There were days you felt too tired to continue, unaware that heavenly strength was being poured into you. There were decisions you made that could have led to destruction, yet somehow you were redirected to safety. That was not luck. That was not coincidence. That was me sending messengers, beings of light and power, to intervene on your behalf. My precious child, there were dangers you never saw, traps you never recognized, and attacks you never realized were forming. But your angels saw them all. They were positioned at every corner of your life, turning away harm, dismantling plans designed to destroy you, and ensuring that the enemy never gained the victory he sought over your destiny. You survived battles you didn't even know existed because heaven fought for you while you slept. There is a reason you did not fall when everything around you seemed to crumble. There is a reason you did not lose your mind when the pressure became unbearable. There is a reason hope never fully left you, even in your darkest moments. Angels carried you when your strength failed. Angels whispered peace into your heart when anxiety tried to drown your voice. Angels lifted your spirit when discouragement wrapped itself around your chest. And now, as this season shifts in your favor, I want you to know that I am increasing the activity of these heavenly beings in your life. Just as I assign reinforcements to a soldier stepping into their next battle, I have assigned divine reinforcements to you as you step into your new season. Your path is being guarded more closely. Your steps are being guided with greater precision. Your future is being protected with deeper intention. Think of the times you felt an unexplainable push to go left instead of right. Think of the sudden warnings in your spirit that told you to wait, to pause, to reconsider. Think of moments when you felt a calm that made no sense, a peace that appeared in the middle of chaos, a strength that rose inside you even when your circumstances remained unchanged. These were not random feelings. These were heavenly communications, gentle guidance from those who walk beside you at my command. In this season, my child, I want you to become aware of the atmosphere around you. Pay attention to the suddenness in certain situations. Pay attention to the unexpected pedestrian. Pay attention to moments when you feel held, even when no one is physically near. Pay attention to the reassurance that rises within you when fear tries to creep close. These are the movements of angels preparing the way for the favor I am releasing into your life. Do not be surprised when certain obstacles fall away without struggle. Do not be surprised when doors open before you even reach out your hand to knock. Do not be surprised when help shows up in places you never expected. These things are happening because you are being carried into a season that requires stronger protection, greater alignment, and clear guidance. My beloved, you do not step into this shift alone. You step into it surrounded by heavenly warriors who have been assigned specifically to your journey. I have ordered them to go before you, to stand beside you, and to follow behind you. And they will not leave you, for the work I am doing in your life is too important, too sacred, too destined to be interrupted. Walk forward with confidence now. You are covered. You are guarded. You are never alone. Continue, for there is even more I desire to reveal to your heart. My beloved child, as you move deeper into this divine message, I want to reveal something powerful. The shift taking place in your life is not just about new blessings arriving. It is also about old chains breaking. For too long, you have carried burdens that were never meant to define you. You have fought battles that wore down your spirit. You have endured wounds that lingered in places no one else could see. But now, in this sacred turning of your season, I am destroying the very things that once tried to destroy you. My precious one, you have walked through valleys that left your heart trembling. You faced fears that whispered you would never overcome. You experienced disappointments that made you believe your story was losing its meaning. And there were moments when the weight of your past tried to convince you that you were too broken to rise again. Yet even then, I was working in silence, breaking chains you did not realize were wrapped around your spirit. Do you remember those nights when the memories of old pain returned without warning? When guilt or shame tried to creep back into your thoughts, reminding you of mistakes you have long outgrown? Do you remember the moments when fear tightened its grip, convincing you that history would repeat itself, that heartbreak would always find you, that rejection would always follow you? My child, those were chains, subtle, heavy, persistent. And though they formed slowly, they did not come from me. But hear me with confidence that breaks through the deepest part of your soul. Those chains are losing their power in this new season. The shift in your favor is not gentle. It is forceful. It is uprooting what was planted in pain. It is dismantling lies that were spoken over you. It is breaking vicious cycles that tried to convince you your destiny was limited. What once held you captive can no longer restrain who you are becoming. You may not have realized it, but every time you stood back up, every time you tried again, every time you refused to give up, those chains weakened. Every tear watered the ground for your breakthrough. Every moment you chose hope over despair, the chains loosened. Every time you whispered my name, darkness lost its grip. My beloved, the very battles that tried to break you were the ones that revealed your strength. The pain that tried to silence your voice is the pain I am turning into testimony. The trauma that once shaped your identity is losing its power, for I am reshaping you into the person you were always meant to be, whole, restored, unshaken, and free. Let me show you a picture, child of mine. Imagine a bird kept in a cage for years. The cage becomes familiar. The boundaries feel normal. But the moment the door opens, the bird hesitates not because it lacks wings, but because it learned to live without using them. Many of my children live this way, not realizing freedom has already been released over their lives. They stay near the memories of captivity, though the chains have been removed. But you, my child, will not remain in that place. I have opened the door. I have shattered the cage. In this season, you will discover wings you forgot you had. You will rise again, not with fear, but with divine confidence. You will step out, not trembling but strengthened. You will walk forward, not looking back to see if the chains still exist, but knowing they have been broken by my hand. Old cycles are ending. Emotional wounds are healing. Patterns that once repeated are losing their momentum. The confusion that clouded your thoughts is lifting. The inner battles that seemed endless are beginning to quiet. The heaviness that followed you from season to season is falling away. For I am breaking every chain formed by fear, rejection, disappointment, betrayal, and self-doubt. In this season of favor, I am not simply lifting you, I am freeing you. I am restoring your identity, rebuilding your confidence, and strengthening your heart so you can walk boldly into what I am releasing next. The things that once hindered you will no longer hold power. The things that once terrified you will no longer intimidate you. The things that once broke you will no longer bind you. My beloved child, the shift in your life is not fragile. It is fierce. It carries my authority. It carries divine force. It carries the power to end every cycle the enemy hoped would continue. You are stepping into a season where the ground beneath you is firm, where the walls around you are coming down, where the chains behind you are already broken. Walk forward, precious one, knowing that what once tried to break you has now been broken itself. And there is even more I desire to unfold within you as you continue this journey with me. My beloved child, as you continue listening to my voice, I want to reveal a truth that will anchor your spirit in this new season. When I open a door for you, no one can shut it. No force of darkness, no human opinion, no past mistake, no circumstance, and no resistance can stand against what I have decreed over your life. You are stepping into a time where my favor will move ahead of you like a mighty wind, clearing paths, creating opportunities, and positioning you in places you once thought were out of reach. You knocked, you prayed, you tried, and at times you felt the sting of rejection when nothing seemed to shift. You wondered if something was wrong with you, if you lacked what others possessed, or if I was withholding blessings from you. But hear me now. I never denied you. I was preparing you. I was strengthening you for the rooms you are about to enter. I was aligning the right timing so the doors that open now will stay open, and no enemy will be able to close them again. My child, there are doors opening in this season that you did not expect. Doors you didn't even know existed. Doors that were once locked tightly are about to swing wide, not because of your effort, but because of my decree. When I breathe favor over your life, things shift suddenly. People begin to notice you without explanation. Opportunities begin to find you with ease. Conversations that once felt difficult begin to flow with grace. It is not your strength moving things, it is my favor. You may begin to see connections forming that seem unlikely. You may notice that people who once overlooked you now value what you carry. You may receive invitations or ideas that feel too perfectly aligned to be coincidence. My beloved, these are not coincidences. These are divine orchestrations. This is the season where I align you with the right people, at the right time, in the right places, so that your purpose can unfold without hindrance. But child of light, do not turn away now. What I am about to reveal to you next will unlock understanding that you have needed for years. Do not let distraction pull you from this moment. Do not drift away, for you are standing in the middle of a revelation meant to prepare you for what is coming. Listen closely, because what I reveal in the following moments will show you how to walk through these doors with confidence instead of fear. You are closer than you realize to the breakthrough you have prayed for. And if these words have stirred your spirit, if they have awakened hope in you, then bless this message with a like. Share it with 3 souls who need to be reminded that their season is shifting. And if you desire to continue receiving divine words that build your faith and restore your heart, subscribe so we can walk this journey together, message after message. Your engagement helps this light reach more hearts who desperately need encouragement. Now, my beloved, listen as I unfold the mystery of my favor. Favor is not fairness. Favor is acceleration. Favor is access. Favor is divine endorsement that lifts you into places your qualifications could not have taken you. It is the unseen hand that guides you around obstacles and ushers you into opportunities that others assumed were beyond your reach. Think of Joseph, my child. A single moment of favor lifted him from a prison cell to a palace throne. Think of Esther. Favor positioned her to save a nation. Think of David. Favor chose him when others overlooked him. And now, in this very season, favor is finding you. There will be moments where doors open so quickly you will feel overwhelmed. There will be times when blessings arrive in clusters, making up for lost years. There will be seasons where the pace of your progress surprises even you. Do not fear this acceleration. Do not question whether you deserve it. You endured seasons of pruning so you could carry seasons of abundance. But, my child, as you step into these open doors, remember this truth. Favor is not fragile. It is not a temporary gift. It is a divine force. When I open a door for you, no person can shut it out of envy. No setback can close it. No weapon formed against you can block it. What is meant for you will reach you. What has been prepared for you will not pass you by. Walk boldly now, precious one. The doors are opening. The path is clearing. The season has shifted. And everything, absolutely everything, is beginning to move in your favor. Continue with me, for there is much more I desire to pour into your heart. My beloved child, as you continue to listen to my voice, I want to unveil a truth that will prepare your heart for the pace of what is coming. In this new season, acceleration is resting upon your life. What once took years will now take moments. What once felt slow, heavy, and delayed will suddenly begin to move with a swiftness that can only be explained by my hand. You are stepping into a divine momentum, a supernatural speed that is not born from striving, but from favor. For so long, you wondered why everything felt so difficult to obtain. You watched others move forward while your progress seemed painfully slow. You took steps, yet felt you were walking in circles. You built but saw little fruit. You prayed, but it seemed like the answers lingered somewhere far beyond your reach. It wasn't that I ignored your prayers. I was aligning your life with a timing that would release blessings at the moment they would have the greatest impact. Acceleration cannot come prematurely, my child. If I had moved you too soon, you would not have recognized the blessings for what they were. You needed the experiences, the lessons, the refining, the shaping that prepared you to carry what I am now releasing. But hear me clearly. That long season of slow movement has ended. The ground beneath your feet has changed. The atmosphere around your life has shifted. Things that once resisted you will now respond to you. You will begin to notice this acceleration in the smallest details. Doors that refused to budge will suddenly open as if they were never locked. Conversations you feared would take months to unfold will happen in a single day. Delays that once stretched into years will shrink into moments. Opportunities that felt out of reach will present themselves without effort. My child, do not be surprised when breakthroughs start occurring without warning. In this season, swift movement is not an exception. It is the evidence of my hand on your life. There will be times when the speed of change will leave you breathless, not in fear but in wonder. You will ask yourself, how did this happen so quickly? How did things turn around so suddenly? How did what I prayed for so long finally arrive as though it had been waiting for the perfect moment? The answer, my beloved one, is simple. It was waiting for the season I appointed. It was waiting for the fullness of time. Let me show you a picture. Imagine a river that trickles gently for months, barely moving, barely shifting. Then suddenly, after a long buildup, the season changes and the waters surge with powerful force, carving new paths, creating new streams, carrying everything forward with unstoppable motion. This is what I am doing in your life. The trickling season has ended. Now comes the surge. Some of the breakthroughs coming to you are not new. They were delayed. Some opportunities were not denied. They were being prepared. Some blessings were not lost. They were being aligned so that when they reached you, they would arrive with a magnitude that could not be ignored. In this acceleration, my child, you will begin to understand why the wait was so long. You will see that what I am giving you now is greater than what you once asked for. You will realize that the promises you thought were forgotten were actually maturing. I do not rush what is sacred. I do not hasten what is still growing. But when the time is right, I release it with a speed that redeems every moment you felt was lost. Do not fear the acceleration. Do not question whether you are ready. You were shaped for this. You were refined for this. Every trial strengthened you for this speed. Every delay prepared you for this momentum. Every closed door cultivated your discernment so you would know which doors to walk through quickly and which to leave behind. You may feel a pull, an urgency in your spirit, encouraging you to move, to act, to step forward with confidence. It is my prompting. It is my confirmation that your slow season is over. I am placing divine alignment before you, and the pieces will fall into place with little effort. This is not the time for hesitation. This is not the time for fear. This is the time to trust the momentum I have placed beneath your feet. Acceleration is a gift, my beloved, not to overwhelm you, but to lift you into the fullness of what hath been waiting for you. So when things begin to unfold rapidly, do not shrink back. Do not question it. Embrace it. Walk in it. Celebrate it. For you will know without a doubt, this is the season where everything shifts in your favor, and I am carrying you forward with a speed that only heaven can create. Walk with me, precious one. There is still more I am preparing to awaken within you. My beloved child, as this season of favor unfolds around you, there is a deeper transformation happening beneath the surface, one that is far more powerful than the doors opening where the breakthroughs arriving. It is the transformation of how you see yourself. For too long, you have viewed your life, your worth, your strength, and your purpose through the lens of what you have endured. But in this shift, I am inviting you to see yourself the way heaven sees you, not as the sum of your struggles, but as the masterpiece I created with intention, purpose, and divine brilliance. For many years, you carried labels that were never meant to define you. Words spoken in anger, seasons marked by failure, wounds carved by rejection. These things tried to shape the image you held of yourself. You began to believe you were less than what I created you to be. You began to shrink your dreams, reduce your expectations, silence your voice, and question your worth. My precious child, you allowed the shadows of your past to convince you that you were not worthy of the very blessings I designed for you. But hear me now, that false identity is being broken. The shift in your life is not only external, opportunities, connections, favor. It is also internal. I am restoring the truth of who you are. I am wiping away the lies that dimmed your confidence. I am shining light on the beauty, strength, and purpose that have always lived within you, even when you could not see them. Let me paint a picture for your heart. Imagine a diamond buried deep within the earth. For years it lies hidden in darkness, unknown, unrecognized, untouched. The pressure surrounding it is immense, the heat unbearable. Yet the very forces that press against it are the same forces shaping it into something priceless. When the appointed time comes, the diamond is brought to the surface, not because it suddenly gained value, but because its value was finally revealed. You are that diamond, my beloved child. The pressure you endured did not diminish you. The darkness did not reduce you. The weight you carried did not erase your worth. Those things were shaping you, refining you, strengthening you into the radiant soul you are now becoming. Your value was never lost. You simply lived through seasons where you could not see it. And now, as this season shifts in your favor, I need you to understand something vital. You must see yourself through my eyes, not through the wounds of your past. For how you view yourself will determine how boldly you walk through the doors I am opening. If you still believe you are unworthy, unqualified, or inferior, you will hesitate at the threshold of blessing. But if you see yourself as I see you, chosen, loved, equipped, and destined, you will step forward with courage. My child, do you not know how fearfully and wonderfully you were made? Do you not realize that every detail of your existence was crafted with precision? Your personality, your gifts, your desires, your resilience, they were planted within you with divine intention. You were not an accident. You were not an afterthought. You were formed with purpose, and that purpose is now awakening fully within you. Think of the times you surprised yourself with strength you didn't know you had. Think of the moments you showed compassion despite your own pain. Think of the dreams that keep returning, no matter how many times life tried to bury them. These are reflections of who you truly are. Not the broken version of you that life tried to shape, but the restored version of you that heaven has always seen. My beloved, you must release the identity built from fear. Release the idea that you are too damaged, too late, too flawed, or too ordinary. Those beliefs are chains disguised as humility. They do not honor me, for they deny the greatness I placed within you. You are stepping into a season that requires boldness, confidence, and spiritual clarity. You cannot walk into this new chapter carrying an old identity. Let me show you another image. Imagine a sculptor standing before a block of stone. To others, it looks ordinary, unremarkable, without shape. But the sculptor sees what is hidden inside. With every strike of the chisel, he removes what does not belong, revealing the masterpiece that was waiting within the stone all along. My child, that is what I have been doing in your life. Removing the lies, the fear, the shame, the insecurity, until only the truth remains. You are stepping into a season that will require you to agree with heaven about who you are. You are chosen. You are anointed. You are capable. You are treasured. You are stronger than you know. And you are worthy of every blessing, every opportunity, every moment of favor I am bringing into your life. Rise now, precious one, and embrace the identity I have always spoken over you. The shift is not only happening around you, it is happening within you. And the world is about to witness the fullness of who you truly are. Continue with me, for there is still more to reveal as you walk into your promised season. My beloved child, as this message unfolds, you are being prepared not just to witness the shift, but to step fully into it. The doors are opening, the chains are broken, the acceleration has begun, and your identity has been restored. But now comes a sacred moment, one that requires your participation. This is the moment where you choose to walk boldly into the season I have prepared for you. For though I open the way, you must decide to step forward with courage, trust, and expectation. You have spent years learning to survive. You adapted to difficulty, navigated valleys, and carried yourself through storms that tried to tear apart your spirit. But survival is no longer your assignment. This season is not about holding on by a thread. It is about rising with confidence. It is about stepping out of old patterns and stepping into the fullness of what I have declared over your life. You are not entering this season as the wounded soul who barely made it through the storm. You are entering as the restored, strengthened, refined child who carries the light of resilience within them. But my child, hear me closely. Stepping into a promised season requires a shift in posture. You must walk with a heart that trusts my timing, even when you don't yet see the full path. You must walk with a mind anchored in peace, rather than fear. You must walk with the understanding that favor is not something you need to chase. It is something that follows you because my hand is upon your life. There will be moments when doubt whispers to you, asking whether you truly deserve what is coming. There will be moments when the echoes of past failures try to convince you that the new cannot truly be yours. And there will be moments when the enemy attempts to sow fear into your thoughts, urging you to retreat back into the familiar. But, my precious one, the familiar cannot carry you into the future I have prepared. You cannot return to old comfort zones when I am calling you into new territory. Do you remember the Israelites standing at the edge of the Red Sea? Behind them was the past chasing after them. Before them was the impossible. But the moment they chose to step forward, the waters parted. Movement unlocked the miracle. And the same is true for you. This season will require steps of faith, moments where you move even before you understand how everything will unfold. Your willingness to move signals heaven that you are ready to receive. As you walk into this new chapter, you will notice something beautiful. Peace will accompany your steps. Not because everything is perfect, but because my presence goes with you. You will feel a quiet assurance rising in places where anxiety once lived. You will find yourself saying yes to opportunities that once intimidated you. You will begin speaking differently, thinking differently, dreaming differently. This is the evidence that you are not walking alone. You are walking with me. My beloved, do not underestimate the power of posture. Walk with your head lifted, not bowed in fear. Walk with your shoulders back, not weighed down by old burdens. Walk with your spirit open, ready to receive. Walk with expectation, believing that goodness is ahead of you, not behind you. Walk with confidence, knowing that you are not stepping into this season by accident, but by divine design. You may encounter new challenges, but you will also encounter new strength. You may face new responsibilities, but you will be equipped for each one. You may meet unfamiliar territory, but you will be guided by my hand. Remember, I did not bring you this far to abandon you at the threshold of your breakthrough. Every step you take into this season is a step taken with me beside you, leading you, empowering you, sustaining you. And as you walk, you will begin to see signs of my goodness bursting forth in every direction. Unexpected favor, divine appointments, relationships ordained to strengthen your purpose, solutions to problems that once overwhelmed you. And yes, moments of joy that remind you that restoration has truly taken root. This is not a small shift, my child. It is a divine unfolding. Prepare your heart to walk boldly, not timidly. Prepare your spirit to believe boldly, not cautiously. Prepare your mind to dream boldly, not fearfully. This is the moment to rise with the understanding that your promised season is no longer coming. It is here, and you are ready to step into it. Continue with me now, for the journey is reaching its divine conclusion, and there is a final blessing I desire to speak over your life. My beloved child, you have walked with me through every word of this message, and now you have arrived at the threshold of fulfillment. This is the moment where everything we have spoken, everything I have revealed, everything I have prepared begins to settle into your spirit as truth. You are no longer standing in the place of waiting. You are standing in the place of becoming. The shift is no longer approaching. It has already begun to unfold in your life, and now I, your Father, speak a final blessing over the season you are stepping into. You have journeyed through valleys that tested your strength, seasons that stretched your faith, and moments that felt too heavy to carry. But you endured, and your endurance has positioned you to receive what I had set apart for you all along. My precious child, nothing you walked through was wasted. Every tear watered the ground of breakthrough. Every delay purified your intentions. Every disappointment redirected your steps toward something greater. And now, that greater is here. Hear my voice clearly. You are not entering this season empty-handed. You are entering clothed in wisdom, strengthened by endurance, refined by pressure, and wrapped in divine favor. You are stepping out of what once defined you and stepping into who you were always meant to be. You are not the same person who began this journey. Your spirit has expanded. Your vision has sharpened. Your heart has awakened. You are prepared for the blessings that are aligning with your path. My child, I bless the work of your hands. What you create in this season will prosper. What you pursue with pure intention will flourish. What you invest in with faith will multiply. The seeds you planted in past seasons, seeds of kindness, sacrifice, perseverance, obedience, will now rise with increase. Harvest is coming to fields you thought were barren. I bless your relationships. I am removing those who drain your spirit and sending those who speak life into your purpose. Connections will form effortlessly. Partnerships will align with grace, and people meant to support your calling will be drawn to you. No longer will you walk with those who hinder your growth. I am placing around you those who carry wisdom, encouragement, truth, and light. I bless your mind with clarity. No longer will confusion cloud your path. No longer will fear manipulate your decisions. No longer will old lies whisper against your identity. I am filling your thoughts with peace, confidence, and divine direction. You will hear me clearly in this season, for I am removing the noise that once drowned out my voice. I bless your heart with restoration. The wounds that once shaped you are losing their power. The memories that once haunted you are fading in the light of healing. You will live again, hope again, trust again, dream again. The tenderness you carry is not a weakness. It is the mark of someone who hath been rebuilt by grace. I bless your steps. Where you walk, favor will fall. Where you stand, peace will surround you. Where you move, provision will meet you. You will not wander or drift or second-guess the path I have set before you. I am leading you with a steady and loving hand, and you will walk in confidence, knowing you are guided by the one who sees the end from the beginning. And finally, my beloved child, I bless your future. You will not repeat the patterns of the past. You will not return to old cycles. You will not relive old seasons of disappointment. The shift has occurred. The tide has turned. The atmosphere around your life has changed. What once resisted you will now welcome you. What once intimidated you will now bow before the authority I have placed within you. What once delayed you will now accelerate you forward. You are stepping into a season where everything moves in your favor, not because of luck, not because of chance, but because of divine intention. I have gone before you. I am with you now, and I will remain with you in every moment that follows. Lift your head, my child. Straighten your shoulders. Breathe deeply. Walk forward. Your new season has begun, and nothing in all creation can stop what I have spoken over your life. Amen. My beloved child, now that you stand in this new season where everything shifts in your favor, I am inviting you to seal this moment with an act that echoes into eternity. What I have poured into you must now flow through you, for the blessing was never meant to stop at your hands. As a river does not drink its own water, so you are called to let this abundance reach others still waiting in their night. When you give, you are planting seeds in a harvest field that spans beyond what your eyes can see. I declare to you even now, those who sow in tears shall reap in joy, and your season of reaping has begun. When you release through super thanks, step into membership, or sow through the PayPal link in the description, you are igniting a chain of transformation in lives you may never meet. But I know each one. Your generosity becomes fire that carries my word into hidden places, awakening hearts and restoring hope. This is not a casual moment. It is a sacred exchange between heaven and your obedience. I am watching, I am honoring, and I am preparing to multiply what you entrust to me. Favor will rest upon your giving, protection will surround it, and increase will follow it. As you pour out, I will pour in, measure for measure, blessing for blessing. Do not hesitate, for hesitation belongs to the old season you have left behind. Step boldly, give freely, and trust completely. This is your moment to act. Support this mission now, and walk fully in the overflow I have declared over your life.